What's up, family? This is your local OG motherfucking Jugget over here. Just gonna kick it with you for a minute. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about something just real quick. Maybe break some programming. Because all this culture does is perpetuate more war and more war and more war if this program's not broken. The soldier of nowadays military does not fight for your freedom. Wait up a minute. Listen to me. I know a bunch of you just got fucking salty as shit because you're programmed like a motherfucker. But okay, for me, I'm sorry, I can't say that they fight for our freedom when people in the streets get shot down daily by the police that don't have weapons on them. That's taken away. That's the ultimate taking away motherfuckers' freedom. Is taking away their life for no reason at all. So until the military wages war on the fucking police to stop fucking doing what they're fucking doing, I can't say they fight for my fucking freedom. How about the fucking protester that wants to protest, but he's got to buy a fucking permit? Freedom of speech. Do you not understand free? The first word of their freedom. And you're not allowed to charge for freedoms. You're not allowed to put a charge on a freedom. Rather, it's to carry a gun, CCW permit, anybody? Or rather, it's to speak. Majority of states, you got to get a fucking permit to fucking protest. You got to get permission to speak. Let that sink in for a minute. But we're supposedly got an armed group of people that protect our freedoms. They're fighting in the wrong place, I'm gonna tell you that much right fucking now. Period. You know, it's a hard subject to talk about, man, because people lose their lives for these fucking rich government fucking banker bastards, so they control different fucking lands in different regions, so they can control all the fucking currency. Don't you see that's what the fuck's going on here? Afghanistan, they fucking topple their government. They go in and what do you know? Next thing you know, there's a fucking Rockefeller, Rothschild controlled central bank. There's only a couple places in the world. Just a few. Don't let the fucking foolish memes fool you. There's only a few places that don't have a central bank no more. One of them is Cuba, last time I checked. And the other is Pakistan. Wait, is it Pakistan? No, Iran. And the last one is North Korea. Don't we always seem to have problems with those people? 1 + 1, anybody? Anybody? Does anybody know what 1 + 1 is? Let me check out your math skills. Because numbers don't fucking lie. It seems funny, every fucking country we have problems with, and we go to war with, and we've been trying to go to war with, we've been trying to go to war with Cuba forever. Now, it's calmed down over the years, but you had the Cold War when Fidel Castro and et cetera down there. Now, Fidel Castro wasn't no fucking saint. Any dictator's not a fucking saint because they come through and they roll through and they kill anybody that they consider dissidents. And a lot of times they kill a lot of fucking innocent people. So I'm not going to fall into the trap of saying that Fidel Castro and, you know, fucking Hitler and this person was fucking righteous because they had a righteous ideal. Which Hitler, you know, you have both sides of the spectrum with that dude. People sit there and say that he tried to kill off the bankers, and other people will say that he was just a fucking murderer. And both are true. Both are 100% true. But, yeah, but I can't sit there and say they fight for our freedom when they're not fighting for it. No. Now, a lot of veterans are. And because the veterans, the smart ones, when they go overseas and they witness what's actually going on, and they understand that they're really not fighting for what they've been told that they're fighting for. They understand that they're fighting for control of a fucking nation, and not to liberate them, but to enslave them for the most part. So they notice this. So a lot of them come over, and that's where a lot of this post-traumatic stress and that shit comes from too, because they kill a lot of innocent people. Not all of them, of course, but I'm just saying in general, or they was the cause of the death. Like, you know, you got someone that's shooting at you from a window, and you call in an airstrike, and they strike them, and you go in there and fucking clear the building, and you see there's fucking 5 fucking kids dead. And you got a fucking dad in there protecting his kids because he's worried about you shooting at his building. You know? But it is what it is. It depends. It all depends on if you believe in the story that the media told you. And then you'll fucking accept the war that they fucking want you to fight. Anybody remember the Gulf of Tonkin incident? Anybody? We do know that was fabricated, right? How about Pearl Harbor? They could have stopped Pearl Harbor before it even happened, but they let it happen. And actually they antagonized the Japanese to attack. Because they wanted to get involved with that war too. Because, you know, there's a lot of money to be had with war. And then you control regions. Remember fucking Germany, for the longest there, had an East and West? That's because 2 nations fucking controlled it. Well, more than 2. But either way. You know, now we got our sights set on Russia and North Korea. That ain't stopped. Hell, in all my years of my life of breathing, I always saw, well, I don't see them like that, but just I see what the media tries to portray North Korea as. Now, I ain't saying North Korea is a great place to live, but when you got a lot of trade embargoes against you to where you can't really, everything has to come from your own country, your country might not be that great. Especially if you ain't got many resources. I'm not sure North Korea's resource management, but at the same time, you can't trade. Hell, Cuba was under a trade embargo forever. I don't know if they still are, but they was. And fucking North Korea's under one, and then a lot of these states that are countries that don't have a central bank control. That's what it's all about anymore. And they sell you on the ideal that if you join the military, you're fighting for the American public, which in a way you are, but not as they tell you. What you're doing is you're fighting for $1. Even though, here's the thing. America would be profitable and still mad power if we kept our fucking businesses in America. Period. Why do you think China's now the superpower? Because they got all the fucking shit we fucking built. American-made businesses over fucking getting made in fucking their shit getting made in China. Come on now. That's what they want. They want Americans or whatever. They want us to struggle. Why they want us to struggle? Because we got too many freedoms. They want to start taking them away. For convenience of this, that, or another. Oh, well, you enjoy your freedom, your privacy or whatever. Your privacy freedom. You enjoy, yada, yada, yada. Just privacy in general. Was that the 4th Amendment? Well, guess what? Here's a free cell phone. They're still giving them away, too, by the way. And next year, they'll still be giving them away, too. So what, we gonna call them Trump phones now? Or are we just gonna look at them the way they fucking are? They want people to fucking get the phones, and so they can fucking control you one way or another. If you sign up for a government phone, everything you say, Everything you do on that phone, they know. Every last bit. Granted, they see everything anyways. They can tap this phone. They got fucking cameras in that fucking TV. Lord knows what they have cameras in it nowadays that you buy. And that's not paranoid shit. There's actually been companies, Samsung I think is one of them, that come out and admit it, that they've been putting cameras in their TVs for quite some time now. Before we even thought it was possible, they've been spying on us, breaking the Fourth Amendment like a motherfucker. The NSA has been established longer than before 9/11. I believe it was established back in the 50s. They've been spying on the American public forever before it was even legal. It's not legal now, but now they got a few paperworks that make people think it is legal. That paperwork don't mean shit. You still got to follow the Constitution. But see, it's up to us. It's not up to the military. It's up to us to take back that freedom. Let me tell you a story. When we was fighting in World War II, right? Japan was asked a question, the Emperor, because they was like warrior type class motherfuckers, didn't give a fuck, etc., etc. You know, they fucking dive bomb your shit. So he's really warrior type breed. So someone asked him, said, why didn't you never invade America? And the Emperor said, because there'd be a fucking gun behind every blade of grass. That's us. It's not the military. That's the public. That's not fucking government servants. That's us. We got the fucking power. But we gotta take it back. Because we ain't got it right now. You gotta pay for a permit to fucking carry a gun. You gotta pay for a permit to fucking speech. You gotta take a background check for to buy a gun. I'm sorry, but you done fucking gave up your rights. What's next? You might as well just fucking... You might as well walk to a fucking concentration camp. You might as well walk to that FEMA camp. Ain't that right, Papa? They might as well walk to the FEMA camp and go ahead and fucking put yourself in there. You gave up. You gave up. You already gave up. Because you think there's some magical force out there that fights for your freedom. But either way, I'm not going to keep you. But really, think about it. Don't be naive. You're just perpetuating war. You're just killing off other generations by letting that whole ideal keep flourishing. Keep that in mind. Much clown love. Whoop whoop. You're killing your grandkids.